Hi guys, assalamualaikum and welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you are new, my name is Arena, and if you are coming back, I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, we're gonna do a first impression. It's new product to me, but not in a way new in the market, because I have all of this product for almost like more than a year and I don't know why I don't grab for them. And today we're gonna test it out together, and I don't know what to call this video yet, so if you're interested to know what products I'm going to use today, keep on watching. So my brows are actually done. I have a tutorial on how to do soap brows. I actually like how the way they look today compared to from the previous video. So I already primed my face using a primer that I'm not supposed to talk about yet. It's like a smoothing primer and pore filling primer, so I already done that. And I think today I'm gonna start with the eyes first, and for the eyeshadow I'm gonna use the Marc conic palette. I think this was their like last year holiday collection, and I got this for I think 50% off. I haven't swatched them yet or test the formula or anything. I just look at the palette and see the color scheme, and that's about it. So this is the packaging. It's a black base with multi glitters scattered throughout the lid. This is how you're supposed to open it. I think the packaging is the same with all the iconic eyeshadow palettes from Marc, and I really adore this year's holiday collection with the cherry theme and the turquoise base. That is so cute. So I will see if I am going to pick up any items from them. I have to watch review first. So this is what the shade looks like. I would say it leans towards a cool tone, and you have a pop of pink and also purple here. So first I am going to prime my lids using a concealer, and the concealer of choice for today's video is Cover FX Power Play Concealer in the shade G Plus Medium 1. This is one of the products that I haven't touched that have been in my collection. I think I have a problem, I guess, an issue where I don't touch my high-end product as often as my drugstore product because of the price. I want to keep them as long as possible in my collection. So most of the products you will see today are high-end and from Sephora. The problem with beauty industry or like beauty content creator is that you can't use the product that are discontinued, which is suck. For those who have this palette in their collection, I hope that this video will inspire you to create an eye look. But for those who don't have this palette, that's okay. Just use whatever eyeshadow palette that are similar with these tones. So for a sponge today, I'm gonna use this one. This is from Breena Beauty. Actually, this is Breena Beauty collab with Hermo, but I got this from the cancer awareness campaign. I already wet this sponge. I think one is for foundation and the other one is for the under eyes, and also you can use it to contour. So I'm gonna use this baby diamond shape for the concealer today. I think this concealer is similar to the Born This Way multi sculpting concealer. What am I doing? I'm supposed to use this for my eye primer. Okay, accidents happen, and let's start again. I'm using the concealer to prime my eyelids. Also, this sponge feels very soft. Their original beauty sponge is softer than this one. To be honest, there's no mid-tone transition shade from this palette. I guess I'm gonna start with this brown shade, pretty powdery. And then to blend this out, I'm gonna use this gray shade, grayish mauve shade, and blend this out. And also bringing it in to the inner crease here. This is actually a Luxie brush. I really love it. It's sparse, but it's precise. Luxie used to be available at Zalura's website, but they are slowly like taking out the product from the website. I'm taking the previous brush and intensify the first color that we lay down, and then On the center, I think I'm gonna go in with this pink shade because it catches my eyes the first time I look at this palette. This is the shade, like, yes, calling my name. Even with adding it onto the lid, it does have fallout because it is a glitter shade. I think with a glitter primer or a sticky base, this shade will stick onto the lids better. I'm gonna try to wet my brush because it doesn't want to stick onto this area here. First, I'm picking up the shade with a flat brush. It doesn't want to pick up with the brush actually. It doesn't want to stick onto the brush. It's okay. On the outer part here, I'm gonna take this purple shade and also using my finger to lay it down. And then I'm going to pick up the brown shade and fix out the corner. And then I'm picking up this black shade here and do a wing liner. I'm now gonna clean the fallout that I have. Okay, this is what we're having for the eyes right now. Move on to foundation, and I'm using the Cover FX Power Play foundation, and this one is in the shade G+40. So this one caters towards those who have olive skin as well. So if you don't know the shades with plus, like mine, G+40, that means that it's for olive skin tone. This foundation is, I think, matte, and it's a bit difficult to work with. So I'm gonna use this diamond sponge from Breena Beauty. I like the bottle because it's plastic and you can just squeeze the amount that you want. So this is the shade G+40. I don't remember if this one dries down fast. Okay, keep in mind with the sponge, you're gonna take away the coverage of the foundation. Okay, I think I'm gonna apply it with a brush, makeup brush. So I'm building up the coverage on the area that I feel I need to. Yes. With the sponge, you will get more coverage. Okay, I kind of like this foundation finish using a brush. It doesn't cover my blemish here, and also it doesn't cover my scar here. And what I'm going to do now is apply concealer. Like I said earlier, I'm using the Cover FX Power Play Concealer, and this one is in the shade G+ Medium, also from the olive skin tone. And then I think I'm gonna use a sponge with this concealer because I like how it looked earlier in the video where I accidentally put it on. So this is the concealer. As you can see, it's a medium. I would say it can be built, so it's a medium to full coverage. I really like the shape of this sponge because it's pointed, so I can clean up this part here where I want my liner to be sharp and precise. Okay, I did add concealer on this area here off camera, and right now we really need to set this before anything creases. So I'm going to use Milani Translucent Light to Medium Setting Powder. This is the only drugstore product I have here. I heard that many people love this powder. I think I only use it once, so I'm gonna use it again. I didn't grab for it is because I have a lot of powder, makeup in general. I'm also lightly baking the corner of my nose here. I always saw Nina Caroline bake this part here. I'm gonna follow her because her makeup always looks so snatched. So I'm gonna bake the center of my nose. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it there for maybe 1 to 2 minutes, and I'm gonna dust it off. So actually I'm gonna use the same powder to bake my, to set my entire face. I think I'm gonna take away this baking over here. everything turns out good so far, so let's hope it will stay this way until the end of the video. So let's move on to bronzer. So for bronzer, I'm using the NARS Laguna bronzer. I think this is called Sunwash line, I'm not sure, but it looks like this. It has like a chevron print on it. So from what I remember, this bronzer is pretty sheer on me, so that's why I don't grab it, because I love a pigmented and warm tone bronzer. On camera you can already see the pigmentation, but in real life it's very super sheer on me. I kind of like it. It looks natural. It doesn't look too intense or too made up. I'm like really get in there. I'm not like light-handedly touching the powder. That is why I don't grab this bronzer as often as I should. If you are a lighter skin tone than me, I think it will show up on you better. This is as bronze as I could get. And for blusher, I'm using this one right here. This is Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo Matte Plus Shimmer. This one is in the shade Spice Cinnamon. I haven't grabbed for this blusher is because it is super expensive. I think this one is like 170 ringgit. I really love the packaging. It's super like minimalist and clean looking. So this blush is pigmented from what I can see. Touch it light-handedly and it's already picking up so much product on the brush. So let's see. I'm also gonna use the shimmer side as my blush topper. So now I'm taking the shimmer side here and lightly pressing it on top. I know I have blemish there, but I just want to try the product itself. For highlighter, I have 3 highlighter options today. First is this one from Marc Jacobs. This is like last 2 years holiday collection and I haven't used it. I think I only swatched it once, or like I haven't touched it. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't touched it and the cover is still there. This one is in the shade Guilty. I don't think it suits the makeup look today. What do you guys think? I also have this one from Ofra. Ofra is available in Zalura's website. And this is their Beverly Hills highlighter. And they changed their packaging. 5 highlighter shades in here. You can mix it or like use it individually. I also have this one that I haven't got the chance to use in my previous video. This is from Colourpop Soul Body Highlighter in the shade Platinum. So let's see. Okay, I think I'm gonna use this Colourpop highlighter today. Okay, it's a glittery highlighter. I'm also using my finger to warm this product. You really need to work this product onto your skin and like let it melt on the skin. Okay, why not use the Ofra highlighter for my inner corner highlight, and also I'm taking this shade right here and then highlighting my nose. As you can see, Ofra highlighter is super intense. If you haven't tried it, you really need to. Using the same shade to highlight my inner corner. Look at that intense highlight. I'm actually gonna mix this pink shade for my inner corner highlight. And then let's finish off the eye look before we move on to the lips. What do you guys call this? This part here, I'm gonna take the brown shade and then pressing it in. And then 1/3 of the inner corner, I'm gonna take this pink shade. Then I'm gonna line my waterline using Maybelline Line Tattoo Crayon Pen in the shade Dark Brown. Okay, before I apply mascara, I'm gonna set this face to melt the powder using MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. I don't like the spritzer because it's too harsh. You really have to distance the fixing spray before you squeeze it because the droplets is quite large. And then I'm gonna apply the NARS Climax mascara. I remember really loving this mascara. I stopped using it because I only have it in travel size. Shelf life for mascara is only 3 months, so I really need to finish it now. This mascara does hold my lashes upwards, so this mascara does lift it. And the formula is, I would say, thick. It doesn't feel goopy or something like that. The one from this mascara, it does reminds me of the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara and also the Marc Velvet Noir. They have similar ones. Even though I build it up, it doesn't clump, which is nice. Yeah, that's my lashes after a few coats. So, okay, for lips, I'm gonna use another drugstore product. This is Palladio X KC Holmes liquid lipstick. I think this is going to be discontinued because I saw it in the drugstore last few days. This was like marked down pretty low, but this one is in the shade Rescue. Such a pretty shade. I hope you can still find this shade from the drugstore. Okay guys, this is the final makeup look. Let's do a quick rundown or round up of this product. So firstly, I used the foundation, which is the Cover FX Power Play foundation. I don't know why I stopped using it because the finish is so pretty. I think I have like a skin issue back then. My skin is drier, and for me this gives a, I would say, matte finish, but it doesn't look too drying on the skin. And I love applying it using a sponge because it gives me more coverage that way. But if I want to look more natural or I don't have much to cover, I can use a sponge with this. But overall, it blends and glides smoothly on top of my skin. I don't know if it has something to do with the new primer that I'm trying today, but I will try to use it with other or my usual primer, like more hydrating primer or more illuminating primer next time, and I'll update you guys how I feel about this. And for concealer, I already know I love this concealer, and this one really reminds me of the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer, except that it is a notch bit less coverage, and the Born This Way concealer feels more creamier, moussier, where this one it feels lightweight. And I would consider this as my everyday concealer, and it blends nicely onto the skin. It is not like full coverage, but I feel like it gives me enough coverage to cover my intense dark circle. For this Cover FX blusher, I know it looks intimidating on the pan, It blends nicely onto the skin. This is what I have right now. And also top this off on top of this matte blusher. The only thing that it is powdery and pigmented, so we really need to tap lightly onto the powder. But it really is a beautiful powder, and the packaging is super nice. It's magnetic. Next is this eyeshadow from Marc Jacobs. I know you can't get this anymore from Sephora. I think all iconic palettes, the new releases are similar quality across the board, and the only issue I have with this palette is this glittery shade. You need to have a sticky base, a sticky eye primer to stick this onto the lid, or else you're gonna get a lot of fallout onto your face unless you do your eyes first before your face like I did. Overall, it blends nicely onto the lids. I don't have an issue with blending, but if you're creative, you can really create so many looks with this palette. Highlighter I use today, the Soul Body highlighter. It is similar to the Super Shock highlighter. So with the Super Shock highlighter, I love to use my finger to apply it onto my skin so that it melts onto the skin and doesn't look powdery or glittery. With the brush, you're gonna have like glittery, chunky looking glitter, but after you tap it with your finger, it will melt onto your skin and it will look pretty. NARS bronzer in the shade Laguna, the Sunwash line, is a very sheer bronzer for me, but it does show off. And I think if I want to look more natural and just want to add a little bit of color on my face, I can go with this bronzer. And I'm thinking of putting this onto like my everyday makeup container. Ofra highlighter, I only used one shade, or like technically one shade in here, and as you can see, it's super blinding. I use it to highlight the center of my nose. The setting powder, it does its job setting and also takes away shine from the foundation, and it doesn't kicks up my face, and it does its job setting my face, and I don't really see white cast underneath the eyes or like and on any areas. It doesn't clunk into my dry patches or into my blemishes. For setting spray, the only thing I don't like is the nozzle. It does its job at setting the face and melts the powderiness, and also I've used this on my sister's wedding, and it does hold the makeup throughout the day and make sure that it stays on there and not budging. But the only downside is the nozzle, because it have a large droplet, and sometimes if I put it too close onto my face, I will have large droplets on my face. It's just you have to like play around with it and know how to control the spray. And I think that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you find any value from this video, take care. I hope I see you guys in my next one. Bye. Assalamualaikum.